Well, we had a severe weather warning that hit the Seattle area. Heavy rain, thunder, lightning. You can see even knocked the power out here at Husky Stadium. But the weather has cleared out, and here's Washington head coach Chris Petersen 20 minutes ago.
Can you hear me, dog fans? All right, we're going to get ready to get this going. We're rolling at 10:30. Call your friends and get them back in this stadium. Let's go.
Call your friends, because after a 2.5-hour weather delay, it's time for football here at Husky Stadium. Hello, everyone. Brian Custer alongside Robert Smith. So we played about 6 minutes in the first quarter before the weather came in, and we went into this weather delay. Both teams had the football once, punted it away. Does anyone have an advantage as we begin?
Well, let's never forget. I mean, these are young players, okay? You're talking about 18 to 22-year-old young men, kids, okay? So the emotional state's kind of hard to gauge. Conventional wisdom would tell you that because you're on the road for Cal and it's not going to be as hostile environment, so maybe that would be the advantage. But to me, I look at the other side and I think about the comments that Bush Hamdan has made about Jacob Eason and talked about just kind of his mindset and kind of only giving him so many things because they don't want to have him thinking about too many different things. So part of me thinks, well, he's probably going to be really relaxed now because the environment is just a lot less charged than it was at the beginning. So who has the advantage? I'm not really sure. There are a lot of ways we can argue it, but we're going to find out once they actually start playing again.
And it will be Washington football when we resume play. Again, lightning delay, 2 hours, 38 minutes. To be exact, Washington will have the football. It'll be their second offensive possession. First time they went 3 plays, 8 yards, punted it away. Cal got the football. They went 5 plays, 18 yards. They punted it away as well. So now it is Washington football here as we begin, and they will take it up from their own 37. When we began this thing, we had a good 71,000 up in this stadium. But listen, I tell you, the diehards are still here.
There are plenty of diehards around here. And how about Coach Pete, man? How could you not want to come and play for a guy like that? Just seeing him out there got everybody all fired up. Again, a lot of familiarity with these staffs. They've coached together in a lot of stops, and they love to change things up. Maybe after the break, this is the opportunity to take a big shot downfield. We'll see if you guys warmed up the right way.
Looks like Cal starting that dime defense. And they swing it out. Buccelli cross midfield and driven out of bounds.
Well, they motion into empty there, and this is kind of a hallmark of what you'll see with Coach Petersen. He loves to do the shifts, loves to do the motion, getting the defense thinking about a lot of different things. But again, we talked to Bush Hamdan, and he said we want plays that are going to work a lot against a lot of different looks, because we know defensive coordinator Tim DeRuyter loves to change things up as well.
And they love gadget plays, the Huskies. Here's the handoff. Straight ahead is Sean McGrew. He falls forward for 5.
Got a nice push on the offensive line right there. You can see McGrew just got turned in the line of scrimmage. Was still able to just kind of fall backwards for about 4 yards.
They go for tempo. McGrew again. First down, Washington. McGrew was the 2015 Gatorade Player of the Year for California when he was a senior in high school, as he picked up 6 more. Here's Eason. Throws a laser to Buccelli.
Just got done talking about the way that Tim DeRuyter likes to change things up. This kind of tempo can prevent some of that. You see the little slowdown here, and now the Cal defense is going to have an opportunity to change the calls, change their personnel as well. But you'll see this Washington offense is going to try and go tempo to keep that defense from changing up too many things.
Eason, the handoff. And wrapped up by a bunch of Bears as Chico McClatcher got back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about it. Huskies will be looking at 3rd down and 7 from the Cal 35. Ahmed alongside Eason. Eason looking left, throws complete and drop. Incomplete. That was Chico McClatcher. He had it.
It's an incomplete pass
And dropped it.
Yeah, McClatcher did a really nice job of getting to his depth, getting all the way past the first down marker on that one. Just didn't secure the ball. Does a nice job driving on this. Just got to secure that thing, and that can be that much more difficult after you've just been sitting in the locker room. Why not go for it on 4th down?
Well, we saw the pooch punt early in the first quarter on their first offensive possession. Here's Eason throwing in and out of the hands of McClatcher again. So Cal will take over when we come back. No score here in Seattle. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Ice Cold Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. No score here in Seattle. Second offensive possession for Cal here in the first quarter. 2-hour, 38-minute weather delay we had because of rain and lightning. Garbers, the give, Brown. Ryan Bowman wrapped him up. Two-yard pickup.
We talked about the way Chris Brown ran a week ago, almost 200 yards. See, 10 men close to the line of scrimmage for Washington. Going to be some one-for-one opportunities on the outside here for Cal.
Garbers flushed, flag, knocked out of bounds.
Holding, number 61 offense. 10-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Valentino Daltoso, redshirt junior, with the grab right there on the jersey.
And of course, he was moved to that left tackle spot.
Taking Will Craig's spot.
Will Craig. So he's not used to those edge rushers. Got to step by him, and he's like, well, I'm going to try and protect my quarterback, see if I can get away with this.
2nd and 18. Garbers again. Hit. Sack. Latuli Nasanoa with the sack for Washington.
Can you say that again, please?
Latuli Nasanoa.
Boy, I got to tell you, this is so exciting, kind of seeing the way that these defenses operate, because these coordinators, they really change things up. They went with these wide edge rushers, keeping a lot of pressure in the middle, gave Thule an opportunity to get that sack. Garbers had nowhere to escape.
Redshirt freshman had a couple tackles last week. Here's 3rd and 22, another flag.
False start or illegal motion, one of those.
False start, number 73 offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Michael Mothershed is our referee. That's on Matthew Cindric.
And there's a freshman on the road at that left guard spot. So we talked about when we came back who's going to have the advantage. Yes, may not be as raucous an environment as it would have been if there had not been the weather delay, but still Young players on the road can make mistakes like that.
3rd and a country mile for Cal. Underneath, Jeremiah Hawkins. Just trying to get something back. Five minutes left in this quarter. Cal will punt things away. Dario Longato will punt things away. Aaron Fuller standing back at his own 35. Fuller dropped. Good punt coverage by the Cal Bears. Jacob Eason and those Huskies offense when we come back. No score here in Seattle. It's a conference opener for Cal and Washington. And I'll tell you, the relationship between Washington head coach Chris Petersen and Cal head coach Justin Wilcox goes way back. Go back to 2006. Chris Petersen was head coach there at Boise. Guess who was his defensive coordinator?
Well, I mean, you can go back even further than
yeah,
that.
Justin Wilcox
was a player
at Oregon.
At Oregon.
Chris Petersen was the wide receivers coach then.
I mean, so a lot of familiarity there. Similar programs and what they want from their guys academically as well.
This is Ahmed with the carry, left side. He gets loose. Ashton Davis might have just saved a score. And once again, the Huskies will go with tempo. 18-yard pickup. They're at the 49 of Cal, and they go I formation. Straight ahead for a pickup of about 2 is Ahmed. Make it 4. Be looking at 2nd down and 6. Ahmed ran it for 15 times last week, 44 yards, also had a touchdown.
It's a great situation to take one of those shots downfield. Just crossing the 50, 2nd down. Got some space.
And it looks like we got a
First charge timeout.
A timeout
Washington.
by the Huskies.
30 seconds.
Coach Pete didn't like what he saw as those guys got lined up. And, you know, one of the things with Washington is sometimes, especially after they cross midfield, they like a gadget play here.
Oh, see, that's the funny part about it, you know, because, again, there's so much familiarity. So do you take it when they are expecting it, or do you change that tendency up? Do you use a player that maybe they're not expecting to do it? There's a little bit of that, okay, well, they believe I'm going to do this, so I'm going to do something different. So you just never know with these guys. They do know each other so well.
A lot of movement. Ahmed. 1st down, Huskies.
I love watching Ahmed run. Does such a nice job with his pad level. Only 5'11", 195 pounds, but because he gets that body leaning forward, that good body lean, even when he's got tacklers on him, draped on him, still able to get a few extra yards out of a run.
Huskies go with 2 tight ends. Ahmed cuts it back, picks up a yard. Deonde Johnson makes the stop. Second and 8. Handoff straight ahead. McClatcher. And he's dragged back by Evan Weaver. And a couple of Bears.
Man, Evan Weaver, 159 tackles a year ago, one of the leaders in the nation, said, we're coming up here. Hey, coming up here to win. Maybe a little bit of bulletin board material, but he's not the kind of guy that seems to really care if he's going to give the opposing team a little bulletin board material, because he's going to go out there and walk the walk.
Eason looking. Pass is complete. Hunter Bryant with the catch. About a yard shy of a first down. They go with tempo. Fourth down. Eason sneaks and falls forward. And they'll move the sticks. Lost his helmet.
So he's going to have to come out for a play on this one. Maybe you go a little bit of wildcat here. What do you do here? Who's going to go?
Jacob Sermon is checking in. So Huskies have gone 7 plays. They've run it 6 times, just once through the air. Here comes pressure. Sermon sacked. Luke Beckett coming off the blitz. Travion Beck.
Bring that edge pressure, especially with a quarterback that's coming in there fresh like that. He's thinking about getting so many things right. You're just worried about calling your play and getting your play executed, not necessarily thinking about the defensive structure and the areas that may be your weakness in protection.
Loss of 6. Eason is back in at quarterback. That throw over the middle, wide open. Cade Otton. And the big tight end. It's the penalty yards and a lot more. Pickup of 10. Be 3rd down for the Huskies. Ahmed. About a couple of yards shy of a first down.
Well, you can see this Cal defense really struggling to keep up with the tempo here, just to try and get in the right place to line up.
Looks like that's the final play here, the first quarter. No score here in Seattle. It's the conference opener for the Huskies and the Bears. Second quarter when we come back. Getting ready to start the second quarter here in Seattle. Cal and Washington. Huskies rode up 84 yards total offense in that first quarter. Most of those came on the ground. 4th down is what they're looking at. From the Bears 17, this will be about a 37-yard field goal for Peyton Henry, the sophomore out of Danville, California. Drills it. And the Huskies get on the board first. 3-0 our score. Well, before NFL games kick off tomorrow on Fox, download the Fox Sports Super 6 app and play Super 6 NFL Sunday for a chance to win $250,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money. It's a drop in the bucket for TB. You know that. Get some of his money, Robert Smith.
Man, I was such a big Terry Bradshaw fan when I was a Steelers fan growing up in Cleveland, of all places.
Sorry about that.
My brother was a Cowboys fan.
I like him.
You know, I became a Steelers fan just to oppose him. And my first NFL game where Terry Bradshaw was with the Fox crew, yeah, I think it was up at Green Bay in '95, and I had to run over there and say hello to him, do the fanboy thing.
Sure, them Steelers have a big smile because everything's happening with Antonio Brown, I should say. Man, now that's all played out. Tim Horn kicking things away. Jalen Hawkins, Ashton Davis back deep. And Cal start from their own 25. All right. So once again, Get a chance to see Chase Garbers. And what would you like to see out of their offense?
Well, some more first downs. 2 first downs, 23 yards in that first quarter. And you've got to find ways, I believe, to generate plays in the passing game. Now, Chase Garbers is not the biggest guy in the world. And Jimmy Lake, defensive coordinator for Washington, we know that he brings that edge pressure to keep Garbers from getting the edge to get out of the pocket and find throwing lanes. But they got to find a way to get the ball out.
They give it, swing it out to Brown. In space, good open field tackle by Elijah Molden. Trips him up, pickup of 1.
Again, we talked about the way these guys tackle. They start every practice with tackling drills. You can see it pay off right there.
Garbers, flushed, keeps it. Picks up a couple before Miles Rice makes the stop. Once again, Bears going with tempo here on 3rd down. Oh, it's getting loud. That one too high for Brown. Brandon Wellington was right there. He delivered a smack.
Doing such a good job, really taking away the first options for Chase Garbers, not giving him an opportunity to work the ball up the seams. Or okay, we're going to go ahead and give you some shots into the flat. But again, these guys are just so disciplined and they cover so well. They know their responsibility so well. Even catching those balls in the flat, there's already somebody there to make a tackle.
Longhetto, that one off the side of his foot. That didn't even cross midfield. When we come back, great field position for Jacob Eason and that Huskies offense. 3-0 our score here at Husky Stadium. Well, next week, start Saturday strong with the big noon Saturday game of the week as J.K. Dobbins and the 5th-ranked Buckeyes. They take on Indiana. It all starts with the big noon kickoff pregame show at 11 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Ohio State looks strong today.
Oh, boy, really
Cincinnati. Justin Fields, much better passer than a lot of people thought.
Just a 19-yard punt. Eason going down the seam, intercepted. Cameron Bynum with the pick. He was looking for Hunter Bryant.
Interception by the defense. First down, California.
Let me tell you something. They call that Cal secondary the best in the country, and their nickname is the Takers.
Well, they're the Takers, and that was one of those takes right there. Bynum does a great job getting his eyes back at the quarterback here. Sees this all the way. He's like, I don't care if you're the receiver. This is my ball. Does a nice job tracking it. But unlike some of the defensive players, got some great hands on it. Just got the hands on the ball. Nice job concentrating it, tipping it up to himself. Tremendous job right there.
He's the team captain for the Cal Bears. So here's Chase Garbers again. This Cal offense. They're going to go 4 wide here. Brown joins him in the backfield. He gets the call. They try to spread out this Washington defense.
There you go.
Brown picks up a hard 8.
You're absolutely right. Just a numbers game, getting everybody out of the box and find a way to get a numbers advantage. Get those receivers out far enough. Get the right amount of leverage. Leverage, you can get it with numbers and you can get it with angles. That time they got it with numbers and a physical run by Chris Brown.
He gets the call again, and he's got a first down for the Golden Bears. to see if they can take a shot here. You know, Garbers had 5 completions of 20 or more yards in the season opener. Most he's ever had in a Cal game. Browns run it now 5 times for 21 yards. And he gets the carry again. Running hard. There's some hitting going on down there. Tell me what you see when you see Brown run the football.
I see a lot of anger. It's tremendous. It really is to watch a young man like that run. And I think, you know, you look at that at last season playing behind Patrick Laird. We talked about this in the open. You know, what was that, yesterday at some point? He only carried the ball 37 times. All of last year, 36 last week. You see why they're so excited about him right there. Runs with a lot of intensity, runs through a lot of tackles.
Bears go with trips at the top of your screen. Garbers rolls out. He's going to run. There's a flag down, and he dives forward. Let's see what the flag's all about.
Holding, number 76, offense. 10-yard penalty, still second down.
That's on the senior out of Berkeley, Henry Bazakis.
Gets the arms outside of the frame. And so tough for Garbers again. He's not the tallest guy in the world. Tough for him to find options to throw to downfield from inside the pocket. So you could see him a lot of times throwing on the run, getting on the edges. No opportunity right there.
That was one of Coach Wilcox's edicts for this season. He wanted his offense to be more explosive. Throw the football down the field. Here's Garbers. Going down, throwing it, incomplete. In the direction of Kekoa Crawford. Crawford had a couple of touchdown catches last week. That's the offensive coordinator for Cal, Bo Baldwin. One of the things he said he liked about Garbers this season, better command of the offense, and now going into games with a mindset that execute explosive plays, push the ball downfield for Cal. Neither team has converted a third down yet. This is 3rd and 16. Under pressure and sacked. Brandon Wellington there. Leatu Latu as well to help clean things up.
You know, defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake, he's going to bring that pressure. Knows that there have been some changes on that offensive line. Guys been shuffling around. And the most important thing for an offensive line is to see a defense the same way. They have to know and be able to identify what it is so they know where their protections are.
3rd sack for the Huskies. Longhetto. Fuller. Dropped. But then once again, they're in Bear territory. Defense, the story thus far. 3rd sack for the Huskies. They're up 3-0.
Great job by defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake here. Again, they know each other so well. You're going to see you've got 5 blockers here on the defensive line, 5 defenders. But normally what would happen here is the right guard would be blocking Wellington, and these 2 guys would be fanning out to protect on the left-hand side. What you're going to see right here, Keith Taylor drops out, never able to make that call to stop Welling. Cindric, the freshman, not able to get in and protect his quarterback.
Richard Newton gets the call. Right side, bounces it out. Got a flag on the play. May get offsides by the Bears. 9-yard run. Let's see what the penalty's about. Here's Michael Mothershed.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Tevin Paul got a little anxious.
All right, Tim DeRuiter, the defensive coordinator, he loves Tevin Paul. Knows he's underrated, and on a sack earlier in the game, there was pressure by Paul on the outside that allowed that Cal defense to get to Jacob Eason.
The coach of Washington has elected to decline that penalty. will be second down.
Coach Peterson declines the penalty. He'll look at about second down and 1. Ball is marked at the Cal 31. Eason looking left over the middle. Crossing route dropped. Andre Bocelli. Let me tell you something. These Cal DBs are going to smack you.
Yeah, they're not just the takers. There's some hitters back there as well.
With these drops.
And I'll tell you, Jalen Hawkins, he's one of those guys, you can see it on film. He plays with an absolute fury.
Here's Newton. And he falls right there at the sticks for the first down. And that's the first third down that Washington has converted. They'll get a new fresh set of downs here.
And they like Newton, just a freshman. 6 foot 210. Used him last week in the Wildcat. Scored a touchdown on a 4th and 2 from about 30 yards out.
Led him in rushing last week. He gets the call again and goes right back up the middle. Pick up a 5.
Churn and churn and churn and eat up that clock. Run the ball, stop the run. A lot of programs around the country go to a lot of different offenses and try a lot of different things. Comes down to blocking, tackling, being able to run the ball.
Newton again. Picks up 4. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Huskies. From the Cal 21.
This is where this Washington offense knows they have got to convert in the red zone. Fumbled the snap.
I think Eason recovered it.
Ball was fumbled and recovered by the offense.
Well, he just doesn't get that thing cleanly. It's like his hands were just a little bit off, and when the snap came back, it's like the ball kind of torqued his hands out of position.
So 4th and 1 for the Huskies. From the Cal 21. Ahmed in. I formation. He gets the call. First down. Touchdown. UW. 21 yards for Ahmed.
Great job with the vision by Ahmed on this play. Sees the pressure coming off of the edge. Patient. Waits for all the traffic to clear just a little bit. Sees that opening out the back door and takes it.
Peyton Henry punches the extra point through. The Huskies with the first touchdown of the night. Thanks to Ahmed, and Coach Pete likes it. 10-0 our score here in Seattle. So the Huskies go 7 plays, 40 yards, do it just under 3 minutes. And Ahmed with the 21-yard touchdown run. Did it on 4th down, too. The Huskies have a 10-0 lead. Tim Horn in to kick things away. Jalen Hawkins, Ashton Davis back deep for Cal. That'll be a touchback. You know, the Huskies said they wanted to stop Chris Brown, make it hard for the quarterback, and get some turnovers.
They've been able to do all that. Remember, this is a defense with 9 new starters this year. You see the excellent tackling Jimmy Lake, the defensive coordinator, credited Gerald Alexander. He calls him the tackling coordinator. Says again, gets those tackling drills at the beginning of practice every day. So you emphasize the fundamentals, and when guys get the opportunity, even though they're not starters from the year before, they come right in and they play at a high level.
Keep in mind, Garbers threw for a career high 238 last week. They had some struggles here early. Flings this one out to Brown. Brown, first down, whole lot more. Cross midfield, Chris Brown.
Flag late on this one.
Jackson Sermon makes the stop. See what the flag is. Good piece of running by Chris Brown, the sophomore, 28-yard pickup.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist. Number 55 defense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the play. That's an automatic first down.
That's on Ryan Bowman, the junior here out of Washington. So you add another 15 to that.
A big penalty right there. What a play for Cal. Struggling the way that they had.
43-yard pickup for them. So they'll have it first down and 10 from the Huskies 32. They go 2 tight ends. You see them shifting. Brown has it. Straight ahead. Gets hit hard, but a 9-yard pickup for the sophomore.
We talk about what good tacklers are on this defense of Washington, but look at the way that Chris Brown steps through this traffic, makes Keith Taylor miss right there with the lateral movement. Cameron Williams comes in trying to take a hit even after he stepped through that traffic, still able to use that power and that forward body lean to get a couple extra yards out of that one. It's fun to watch.
Garbers keeps it. Garbers has got a first down inside the 10, spins and knocked out of bounds at the 5. He was second in the Pac-12 when it came to running quarterbacks. He picks up 17.
Nice play call here out of the pistol by Bo Baldwin, the offensive coordinator. Pulls that thing. Yancey gets in front of him. Look at that, taking a shot to the thigh and still moving forward.
Yeah,
Garbers wants it here.
Cameron Williams didn't wrap. Brown is back in. He gets the call, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. Levi Onwuzurike was the first to meet him there, but he ran right into a dog pack.
Just because they line up in a certain place, it doesn't mean that's going to be where they end up after the snap. Onwuzurike did a nice job slipping into a gap there, avoiding the block, getting free, and finishing it.
From the pistol. And we got a false start.
Costly penalty right there.
False start, 85 offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Be the 5th penalty on Cal so far in the first half. That's got to give Coach Wilcox fix. Second and goal. They'll move that thing back to about the 10-yard line. 5 on the play clock. See if they take a shot here. Here comes pressure. Garbers keeps it and drop. Joe Tryon the first to grab him.
Cal fortunate that Garbers didn't drop this one. Jimmy Lake dials up that pressure again. And we talk about the familiarity, again, of the staffs. One of the things that they know is that when you have certain protections, you're going to have certain weaknesses, particularly when you have replacements on that offensive line. And it's a pretty young offensive line, only one senior in the two deep, although they are experienced, you still know where those pressure points are.
Bears 0 for 4 on third down. Garbers looking. Keeps it. And runs out of bounds.
Garbers may have had an opportunity to get that ball out, but so tough for a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left to square his shoulders and be able to deliver that ball. And again, we talk about the height issue. Sometimes there are just defenders in the way. That's why it's the most valuable position. It's not easy to do.
So here comes Greg Thomas. He went 2 for 3 last week kicking field goals. As long as 47. This is from 23 yards out. And the lefty knocks it through. So the Bears are on the board. 7-point difference here in Seattle over the Space Needle. Welcome back. Cal went 7 plays, 69 yards, did it in a little over 4 minutes. Get 3 points on the board. Don't forget the State Farm halftime show. It's coming up. Rob Stone, Brady Quinn, Reggie Bush, Urban Meyer, all of those guys standing by, and they've shortened the halftime considering we had a 2.5-hour weather delay. Halftime's only going to be 15 minutes here in Seattle. Dave Chivignette kicking things away. Chico McClatcher and Sean McGrew back for UW. That's McGrew. Huskies a start from their own 25. Here comes Jacob Eason. Eason threw for 349 in his first start ever as a Husky. In his season debut last week. So far just 4 of 8 for 31 yards and a pick.
And we've been saying it all day. Obviously it's going to come at some point. There's going to be some sort of play action. There's going to be a shot downfield. They know that they have to keep this Cal defense honest. We're going to see a shot at some point.
Eason, crossing route, complete to Hunter Bryant. Bryant's got a first down. Elijah Hicks trips him up. 13-yard pickup for the Huskies.
You got to credit Jacob Eason. He's not just trying to get the ball downfield. He's taking what the defense gives him.
And we got a false start on Trey Adams.
False start. Number 72 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Just got a little bit excited there. Got that tempo going. Looked like that was probably a run call. Adams couldn't wait to get off the ball there. And Adams is a great story. You know, one of those guys that struggled through some injuries, but providing some senior leadership on this team.
Eason. And that one in and out of the hands of Ahmed.
Yeah, a couple things on that one. Tried to catch the ball with his shoulder pads and also turned the head upfield a little bit too fast. Got to try and extend those hands, and it can be a little intimidating sometimes when the ball is a little bit slick and you think that you need to kind of use your body, but once it hits the hard pads, it could just pop right off.
That's Ahmed in motion. Eason looks, tucks it. He's got someone bearing down. It's sacked and fumbled. Another turnover for Cal. Their second turnover.
Ball was fumbled on the play, recovered by the defense. First down, Cal.
Ben Hawk Schreider coming up with the football. And one of the things Cal said, they wanted to limit the Husky run game, disguise coverage, and get turnovers because they only had one of them last week.
And Eason probably would have had an opportunity to get that ball downfield to Cade Otton, but Weaver was applying the pressure there, forced him out of the pocket. And again, right-handed quarterback going to his left-hand side. Cade Otton was going across the field on a dig, about a 15-yard dig route. Was wide open on that play, but because of the pressure from Weaver, no chance for Easton to deliver the ball.
From the pistol, Garbers, short field, pressure. The screen. Oh, what a hit by Kyler Manu. Says, what do you mean you don't have any more of those Popeye chicken sandwiches? What a hit. Three-yard loss.
Who said they don't play physical football in the Pac-12?
2nd and 12 here for the Bears. Drop the ball, Garbers gets it back and throws it away.
Quarterback out of the pocket. The ball reached the line of scrimmage. 3rd down.
See defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake there on the sideline, trying to make sure that this defense gets their calls right.
Bears are 0 for 5 on 3rd down. This is an opportunity where you got to cash in. You short field and you get the football to begin the 2nd half.
Well, I was just getting ready to say Jimmy Lake wants to make sure that these guys don't cash in, even with the short field. Great emotional lift for them.
2nd on the play clock. Pressure. And we got a hold. And Garbers just flings it. Josiah Bronson was applying the pressure.
Quarterback was out of the pocket. An eligible receiver was in the area. Holding, number 76 offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Once again, Zakis.
You see the hold coming here on the left-hand side. There's been that shuffling of personnel on the left-hand side because of the injury to Will Craig, the normal starter. See Bronson applying a little bit too much pressure. Had to resort to the hold again, trying to save your quarterback.
Stephen Coots will come in to punt things away to Aaron Fuller. Short kick. Defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake likes it as his defense comes up with a stop. Listen, this has been the best defense in the Pac-12 the past 4 years.
Well, they've done such a tremendous job. And again, remember, 9 new starters on that side of the ball. But you think about culture and how culture with a program can withstand so many different changes, so many new players. You have the older guys teaching the younger guys, and they pass on that work ethic. These guys drill so hard, they work so hard on so many different looks and execute great when
Here's
game.
Easton swings it out. Ahmed. Evan Weaver makes the stop. It's just an 18-yard punt for Cal. 4-yard pickup. Easton again over the middle, complete. Hunter Bryant still on his feet. That's a 1st down. Huskies have got 2 timeouts. Pickup of 11. That one up top. Oh, wow. Travion Beck. They're going to drop a flag on that one.
Pass interference. Number 22, defense. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. That's an automatic 1st down.
Boy, Travion Beck does a nice job breaking on this ball. Maybe just a little bit too much contact, though, as he's coming through it. He's got his eyes back at the quarterback. Tremendous break on that one. Definitely gets
That's
the
tough.
definitely gets the arm on the back there, but I don't know about that one.
That's tough. Eason. That's incomplete. Aaron Fuller running that crossing route. Let's see what Eason has done so far. He's 59 yards through the air, and he's got a pick. Defense has been the story. That's complete. Cade Otton. Ashton Davis knocks him out of bounds. 5-yard pickup.
Back in the spot of trouble, and the clock will start on my Y.
3rd and 5 from their own 45. Under a minute until the half. Pressure. Flushed. Eason steps through.
Great job by defensive coordinator Tim DeRuyter. You see a late shift on the defensive line from Cal, and that can confuse the protection. And you get a free runner on the quarterback. You flush Jacob Eason out of the pocket. No time to make a throw there. And that's what Tim DeRuyter, the defensive coordinator, does. And Bush Hamdan talked about it. He sees looks, and Bush Hamdan had been with the Atlanta Falcons for a time, so he's seen a lot in the NFL. But Tim DeRuyter, one of the best defensive minds in the entire country.
Joel Whitford punt things away to Nico Remigio. Calls for the fair catch. Right at the half, it is the State Farm halftime show. It'll be coming up in about 30 seconds or so. Rob Stone, Brady Quinn, Reggie Bush, Urban Meyer, all those guys are standing by. So here comes Chase Garbers. Cal offense. 33 seconds. See if they just take a knee on this one. Keep in mind, the Bears will receive the football in the second half. And just like the first game when these guys played last year, it was tight. A 12-10 victory for Cal. We're going to the half. 10-3 will be our score.
It'll be interesting to see how these guys come out. Obviously, the long break, it kind of throws your internal clock off a little bit. You come back out here, you basically get 2 full quarters of play, just like normal. Now you go in for a regular halftime. See how they are coming out of this one.
10-3 our score here at the half. We'll be back here from Husky Stadium in Seattle. Conference opener for Cal in Washington. We've had a 2.5-hour weather delay in the first quarter. Got back to football, and 10-3 our score. As we begin the second half, Cal will get the football. And I'll tell you, Robert, this game seems eerily similar to the game that was played last year in Berkeley. It was a defensive battle.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the way that these teams are constructed, really. And people talk about the Pac-12. You know, you go back maybe 10, 15 years, Pac-12 football, people throwing it all over the place, and maybe not some of the best defenses. But Cal, in particular, you talk about what this team has done defensively and the way that they've turned things around. 127th in the nation out of 129 in 16, jumped all the way up to 22 in the country in defense a year ago. And, of course, Washington, as you mentioned, 4 straight years they've led the Pac-12 in total defenses. So these defenses are meant to slow down opposing offenses, especially when there's a weather delay and they get an opportunity to come up with even more outrageous looks to throw at the opposing offense.
We saw only 1 touchdown in the first half, and that came from the Huskies. But from a defensive standpoint, Cal forced a couple of turnovers, and you know, Washington's defense, they forced the Bears 0 for 6 on 3rd down.
Yeah, you can see the pressure. Joe Tryon on this one. It was Latu on the last one after some pressure from Wellington. But you know what? The takers taketh. Bynum gets a pick on that one right there. And you can see Weaver talk the talk during the week, walk the walk right there, forces the fumble. It's been a defensive battle so far. See what kind of wrinkles maybe the offense can come up with. And we've been saying it all day, it's going to happen at some point. We're going to have some shots downfield, and we're probably going to have some trick plays.
Well, you can see the offensive comparison. In last year, Cal won a defensive battle. 12-10 was the final score, and it was the Cal defense, Evan Weaver, with a pick 6 that sealed the game for them.
That was Jacob Hayner. I would have all of these Jacobs. Jacob Eason, Jacob Hayner. Of course, Jacob Eason was replaced by Jacob Fromm.
Tim Horn to kick things away. Jalen Hawkins, Ashton Davis back deep. Last time Cal has beaten the Huskies here in Washington, got to go back to 2015. And Jared Goff was the quarterback then for Cal. He threw for 342 and a couple of touchdowns.
I heard he's
Down
good.
California.
And paid. Here's what Chase Garbers and Chris Brown have done in the first half.
Well, remember, Chase Garbers, just a sophomore, 14 touchdowns last year, but 10 interceptions. He's done a good job of not forcing the ball. This is a great Washington defense. You're playing on the road, maybe not as hostile as it normally would be. Still a tough place to play against a great defense, and he hasn't gotten impatient.
Second on the play clock. Garbers throws, caught, first down. Kekoa Crawford.
And Crawford's the transfer from Michigan. Nice job getting the defender to turn his hips. Once he does that, Crawford turns around. Garbers delivers a nice ball.
Brown straight ahead for a couple. Joe Tryon makes the stop for the Huskies. Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6. Brown again, cuts back. Running hard.
Yeah, he does run hard, but he runs smart too. Patient runner. Again, patience, one of the hardest things to teach a young back. Sees an opening to the backside on that play. Does a nice job, though, not trying to get too much on the play, not trying to turn it into a 50-yarder. Saw the opening, but got vertical again so he could get upfield and get those yards.
3rd and 1, Marcel Dancy has checked in the backfield. He gets the call. Left side, big hole, Dancy, 35. Upended at the 32-yard line by Miles Bryant.
Stepping out the back door on this one. See feet get caught up in there a little bit. Joe Tryon had gotten so far into the front, gave Dancy an opportunity to pop that thing to the backside. It's that dangerous little jump cut, able to cover a lot of ground laterally, and then saw the opening to the backside. All the defense had come to the front side.
23-yard pickup. Garbers keeps it straight ahead. Ryan Bowman, first one to meet him.
Elijah Molden was coming on a corner blitz there. Garber saw him, was able to get vertical before Molden was able to come in and make the tackle.
Both teams at 92 yards rushing on the ground. 2nd and 8. From the Husky 30, Garbers looking left, throws, caught. Kekoa Crawford again. He led the team in receiving last week, had a touchdown against UC Davis. Picks up 10.
Cal offensive coordinator Bo Baldwin knows he's got to get the ball out of Garber's hands quickly. Bronson was applying pressure up the middle there. Garber's did a nice job, though, staying poised and delivering a nice ball.
Plenty of time. Garber's flushed. And he's going to throw it away. That's the offensive coordinator Robert was talking about.
Bo Baldwin. See what kind of magic he can come up with here. 5 wides, an empty set. Garber's back there in the shotgun.
8th play of this drive. Dancy gets the call. Danson up the middle. Spins off of him. Touchdown. Golden Bears. 20-yard touchdown run by Marcel Dancy. His first touchdown of the season.
Motion causes emotion, they say, for defenses. Dancy starts outside of the formation, motions back in, little head wiggle. Uncharacteristic missed tackles from Washington on that one. Credit to Dancy, though. Nice job on that run.
And that's the second missed tackle by Cameron Williams. Keep in mind, he's a true freshman starting for the Huskies. Extra points good, and we're all tied up at 10. Thanks to Marcel Dancy. Couple of carries, 43 yards, and this 20-yard touchdown run. All 10s here in the Emerald City. All tied up at 10 here at Husky Stadium. As Cal Bears go 8 plays, 75 yards, do it in 3 minutes. Marcel Dancy capped it off. You know, that's Cal's first offensive touchdown against Washington in 3 years. Patrick Laird, last Cal Bear, scored a touchdown against his Washington defense. He did it in 2016. Sean McGrew back deep for the Huskies. It's a touchback. They'll start from their own 25.
And I don't want to make any excuses for Washington, but we know what kind of delays there have been, and talk about the way that your body gets ready to play a football game, and sometimes guys just don't have it in the tank. The level of intensity drops, and that's why you just need to bring it all the time. I'm sure they're getting a nice talking to on the sideline from the defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake. You got to bring that heat. You could see some guys really getting pushed around and not tackling the way they know how.
They pitch it out to Newton, left side, and he's driven out of bounds. Deonde Johnson. Chase Garber's offensive coordinator, Bo Baldwin, discussing some things. Savon Ahmed is checked back in for the Huskies. Eason in the flat. That's Chico. McClatcher brought down by Jalen Hawkins.
Jalen Hawkins, one of those physical takers on the back end of this defense. These guys react to the ball so well, and they got some size back there too. Not a lot of size in that receiving core for Washington. That's been part of the issue for Jacob Eason and this Washington offense, just not able to get the ball downfield and back that Cal defense up.
Looks in the direction of Hunter Bryant. And throw incomplete. Ashton Davis
tried to get the ball to Aaron Fuller there. He was late on that throw. Jacob Eason looked like Aaron Fuller was running free much earlier.
Number 27, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. That's an automatic first down.
He could have got that ball to Fuller earlier, would have had an opportunity. Of course, Davis comes in, a little head hunting. If he had gotten that ball to Fuller earlier, might have been an opportunity for a really big play.
Here comes the blitz. Eason's going to throw it downfield. Overthrows Bocelli.
This is how they try and manufacture that deep shot. Bocelli going to do the double move. Elijah Hicks having none of it, though. You know, you have to run that route the right way. You've really got to sink your hips to convince a very experienced defensive back that you're actually going to turn. He could tell you.
Blitz. Ahmed earns something out of nothing. Great job, Tevin Paul. With the stop, watch this. Evan Weaver is flying through.
Weaver almost could have taken that handoff.
There is no play. Timer, please reset the game clock to 10:22. It started on my signal. Thank you.
Here, Coach Peterson is asking the referees, what are you doing? So 3rd and 1. Power football right up ahead. Savon Ahmed. 9-yard pickup. They'll move the sticks.
Good old-fashioned eye football on that one. Ahmed does a nice job following his blocker. Even carrying defenders a little bit on that one. He's so strong. Not the biggest guy. Packs a punch.
He gets the call again. Moves the pile. Picks up 6.
Pulled left guard Luke Wattenberg on this play. Again, get leverage by numbers or by position. Try and get extra blockers at the point of attack. That's what you saw there.
Ahmed's got 82. This is McGrew, flag. He's driven back.
Holding. Number 56 offense. 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's on Nick Harris.
Washington just going with good old-fashioned power. Power the play where you're pulling a guard and have the running back following you into the hole. Again, trying to get extra numbers at the point of attack from the opposite side of the formation.
Receiver screen to Fuller, and that thing is blown up. Josh Drayton.
These guys are just so well coached. Again, Tim DeRuyter teaches these guys how to recognize what's coming at them. Believe what you see and react. You know that you got people on the back end to cover up. Drayton does a nice job making the play there.
Senior out of DeSoto, Texas.
I know where that is.
South of Dallas. Eason over the middle. Fuller bobbled it. Caught it. Aaron Fuller bobbled it, grabbed it, has a 1st down, at the 19 of the Bears' 25-yard pickup.
Looked like the identical play that Davis interfered with, except run in the opposite direction.
This is Ahmed. Dropped at the 15. Had 5 catches, 73 yards, couple of touchdowns, and a pretty one last week. Just a couple catches tonight.
10th play of the drive coming up here.
Oh, reverse. Bocelli inside the 5. Weaver brings him down.
Well, I know that they had one guy fooled up here for sure. They go with that power look again. Hand it off to Bocelli. Get the defenders out of place. Talk about those trick plays. Giving the defense one look, trying to set things up. Go with something completely different. That's what you saw right there. Great play call by Bush Hamdan.
They go power, I formation, 10th play of this drive. Newton, the tailback. He gets it. Met at the line of scrimmage. And stood up. Brett Johnson. Freshman out of Phoenix.
Brett Johnson, the wrestler in high school, got great hands and really understands leverage like so many wrestlers. Do a great job of feeling what the blockers are trying to do.
2nd and goal. Eason gonna throw it. The pass nearly picked off. He was throwing it to the fullback, Jackson Sermon.
Elijah Hicks almost picked that thing off. Again, it's believing what you see. A little bit too much air on this ball gives Hicks an opportunity. He kind of had to throw it that way. But Hicks had his eyes on Eason the whole time, knew exactly where he was going, and because of the coverage underneath, Eason had to put so much air on it, it gave Hicks an opportunity to get there.
Aaron Fuller at the bottom of your screen. Eason rolls, looking for McClatcher. Did he get in? No. Well, that's Bocelli, excuse me.
Just a second late again, and we talked about how a right-handed quarterback moving to his left has to square his shoulders to deliver the ball. Bocelli hit him there. Just a step late from Eason in recognizing that one. Bocelli got to have better body awareness, though. The people that always want to defend quarterbacks would say Bocelli's got to get that foot down, but Eason, I think he would agree. He would tell you that he should have gotten that ball out of there earlier.
This is a 21-yard field goal attempt by Peyton Henry. And we got a flag.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still.
Can't blame that one on the Storm.
Oh, really? You're right about that.
Delay of game. Offense. That penalty is declined. Still 4th down.
The Bears that decline it. Stays a 21-yard try. And it's good. 3-point lead for the Huskies here in the 3rd quarter. Got a good one here at Husky Stadium. 3-point lead. 14th ranked Washington. Taking on Cal. Conference opener for both of these squads. Tim Horn kick things away for the Huskies. Ashton Davis. Jalen Hawkins back deep. under 6 left in here in the quarter. This is Davis. When we come back, Chase Garbers at Cal offense. Down 3 here in the third quarter. (13-10) our score here in Seattle. Chase Garbers and that Cal offense back at it. Last time they had it, they went 8 plays, 75 yards. You know, this is a family affair here for the Garbers. His mother's here, Angelique, his father, Grant, and his younger brother, Ethan. In fact, his younger brother, Ethan, is a senior in high school, has committed to Washington, not Cal. And Chase said, why would you commit to a school that can't beat Cal? Handoff here. Dancy, right side. And in fact, Ethan is quite a player. Threw for 480 yards, 8 TDs. That was an Orange County record. He's at Corona Del Mar High School. They won their season opener 57-14. Right up the middle goes Dancy.
This is surprising. We're seeing this Cal offense succeeding with runs inside, succeeding with rushes on the edge. And again, we talk about how good Washington normally is with their run defense.
Garbers pumps, he'll keep it, picks up a block, and crosses midfield. Kyler Manu forces him out of bounds. Under 5 minutes left in the quarter. 7-yard pickup for Cal in Husky territory now. Dancy ran wild on their last offensive possession. 2 tight ends for the Bears. And Dancy brought down. Benning Patoai makes the stop. Christopher Brown is checked back in for Cal. Dancy 63 yards on 5 carries. 3rd and 1 here for Cal. Brown. He's got a first down.
Nice block on the backside here by Reinwald. Coming across the formation. Cutting off the backside of that defense from Washington. And we knew this was going to be one of those buckle your chin strap kind of games. Cal's really taking it to this Washington defense right now.
Garbers going left, downfield, and overthrows. Keiko Crawford.
Not so sure Crawford wanted to catch that one. Does kind of get free. Oh, and got held there a little bit. Miles Bryant coming over there late. He certainly would have tried to separate that ball from Crawford had he made that catch. Garbers just put a little bit too much on that one.
Tyler Gordon on the cover. 2nd and 10 here from the pistol. Here comes some pressure from the Huskies. Brown jumps it outside. Brown, he's loose. And forced out of bounds by Cameron Williams.
Well, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. They bring the blitz off of the backside here, and it's going to be Miles Bryant coming off of the edge. Chris Brown does a nice job cutting this one back. So many times you see those run blitzes, right, like it's either feast or famine. You're going to have guys out of position.
22-yard pickup. Garbers under pressure, escapes. And he slides down at the 15.
And who's there? Miles Bryant, again, the senior. When he first got here, Buda Baker, some of those names that people know so well off of this Washington defense were here and really taught him. They say it leads by example. That's the example right there. Play before didn't work out. That's all right. Let's move on to the next one. I'm still making a play.
2nd and 5. Give it to Brown. And he dives forward right at the sticks. Good spot. They say first down. Dancy's going to check back in. Brown's going to have a rest. Sophomore's got 73 yards rushing on 13 carries. He's averaging 5 yards a pop. Dancy, 63 yards on 5 carries. He's averaging 12 yards a pop.
First 4 drives, look at that, 23 yards for Cal. Since then, 205.
Jordan Duncan at the bottom of your screen. He makes the catch. Kyler Gordon wraps him up. Ten plays so far on this drive.
Bo Baldwin, the offensive coordinator, has done a great job for Cal. He'll here really mixing things up. Some good runs, good throws. Guess we're going to see some motion back across the formation here.
Dancy bounces it to the left side. Dancy dances his way to the end zone once again for Cal. 8-yard touchdown run for Marcel Dancy, his 2nd of the night.
So what you do here, Bo Baldwin motions all of the receivers to the right side of the defense, leaves things open on the backside. Nobody home.
How about Garbers?
We see, yeah, he got the little block in there, but Joe Tryon got caught up in that middle. Cameron Williams not able to get outside fast enough. Garbers was able to at least get in the way. That's all you have to do as a QB.
Going after by Greg Thomas is good. Oh, and Cal retakes the lead, 17-13. Marcel Dancy's got 2 touchdown runs, and Cal's got a 4-point lead. Well, the Cal Bears went 11 plays, 73 yards, did it in almost 5 minutes. Marcel Dancy, 8-yard touchdown run, his 2nd of the night. 17-13 is our score. Conference opener for both of these squads. You know, the Huskies have won 15 straight home games. That's the 4th longest active streak in the FBS. And the Bears repeating the last time Cal has come here to Seattle and beaten Washington here, 2015, when Jared Goff was the signal caller for the Cal Bears. Here's Jacob Eason once again, and look what he did last week. 349, 4 TDs, no picks, no turnovers. Where tonight, that Cal defense, one of the best in the country. 11 for 20, just 85 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception.
Yeah, certainly you have to credit Tim DeRuyter, the defensive coordinator for Cal, but Jacob Eason certainly has had some chances that he has not executed on properly, and of course the turnover and the fumble, or the interception and the fumble.
Ahmed tried to turn it up, but Evan Weaver is right there, and Robert Smith pointed it out. Even though Cal won their season opener against UC Davis, Weaver didn't like the way his defense played that day, and said as much to the media. Say, listen, we didn't give our best effort, but I tell you what, we're going to get on a plane, we're going to go up there, talking about the Seattle, and win, is what he said. Even Coach Wilcox said, listen, he's an emotional guy, I love it. Just wish he wouldn't express it like that to the media.
Again, he doesn't care about giving bulletin board material if he can walk the walk.
Here's Eason, throws complete. Bocelli out of bounds, but first down.
Well, you just get the sense that the timing just isn't quite there between Eason and this wide receiving core.
That's the end of the third quarter.
So we're going to go to the fourth quarter. Cal, a 4-point lead here in Seattle. We begin the fourth quarter. Cal Bears putting up 14 in that third quarter. They've got a 4-point lead. Here's first down. Ahmed. Brought down by Evan Weaver. So far, neither squad has yet to throw for over 100 yards. Washington with just 95 yards through the air. Cal with 56. Eason from the gun. Ahmed straight ahead. Deonde Johnson, the first Bear to meet him. Weaver there as well.
But going with bigger packages, just running straight downhill on this one. Now you got a huge 3rd down and 2.
13 tackles for Evan Weaver. 9th straight game where he's had 10 or more. From the eye. Eason, play action. Open, Cade Otton. Across midfield.
Oh, great play call right there. We talked about the heavy personnel and the 2 previous runs. You go heavy personnel again. This time it's 3rd and 2. Go a little play action. So difficult to defend that because the guy that looks like he's going to be the lead blocker, Otton, releases into the flat.
Ahmed gets a carry. He picks up a good 7 before Weaver brings him down. Ahmed now with over 100 yards rushing. He's got 103. About a yard short of a first down.
Nice job, Ahmed, right there. Cutting back. Jalen Hawkins got free there, coming off the edge of that defense. Ahmed able to escape and get a little bit out of that. Big difference between 3rd and 3 and 3rd and a yard.
He'll go to the power I. Ahmed tried to cut it up, but met right at the line of scrimmage. Ben Hawk Schreider, first to meet him.
Again, a late stem, which means that the defensive line shows one alignment and then moves very late. This is that chess match that happens. You could see that Eason stepped up to the line, had a hard count, didn't snap it, looked to the sideline. Defense changed.
2 or 3 on 4th down. And they convert again. Ahmed picks up 2. Move the sticks. The drive continues. Ahmed will get a blow. In comes Sean McGrew. Late substitution for Cal. McGrew, blowing that thing up is Mr. Bear himself, Evan Weaver.
Weaver saw this thing coming all the way. I'm not going to give anybody a chance to block me on this one. Again, be right or be wrong, but be decisive. Evan Weaver right there. knows that penetration's going to kill a running play no matter what it is. I'm tackling something when I get back there.
Eason changing the play at the line of scrimmage, audible. Back to pass, looking over the middle, wide open. Bryant, about a yard shy of a first down.
Eason does a nice job seeing this one much earlier, anticipating the throw, getting it into Bryant's hand.
And tempo. They use the bush push to get the first down.
That's legal now. But as I was saying on that previous play, Jacob Eason did a nice job getting the ball to Hunter Bryant coming across the formation as he's breaking free, as opposed to when he gets all the way across the field and runs into the zone. A lot of combo coverages you'll see from this Cal defense with Tim DeRuyter, man on one side, zone on the other. Nice job right there by Jacob Eason.
13th play of this drive. From the Cal 24. McClatcher, first down.
Sometimes it's just players rising up and making plays. Chico McClatcher right here, stepping through a tackle like that. Difference in a game where the yardage is so difficult to come by against these solid defense. They play in such a disciplined manner, and the guys tackle so well, but stepping over it right there was Chico McClatcher.
1st and 10, they can get a first down at the 1. Kane Otten forced out of bounds. Got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 11. They run the Wildcat. Newton scored on this play last week.
So you change tendencies on that play. A lot of times you'll run the Wildcat to the overloaded side with the extra lineman. All about breaking tendencies. Do something different than they saw on film. Get them thinking one way and do something else.
3rd and 5. Aaron Fuller's at the bottom of your screen. Eason looking. He'll keep it. Shy of a first down. Weaver again with the stop.
You can tell Washington's doing a lot of different things from a formation standpoint on this drive, because Cal seems to be just a step behind in getting their alignment set. And again, Tim DeRuyter, he's a great defensive coordinator, very experienced. Normally gets these guys into place, and they're a little gassed too.
4th and 1. They've converted a 4th down, and it looks like we got a false start.
Wow.
All start, number 47, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Corey Luciano. Watch the top of your screen.
Just a little rock in the stance. They're going to catch you. Hold your water.
7th penalty for the Huskies. Peyton Henry will come in. He's already made 2 field goals from 21 and 36 yards out. This is from 25. It's good. We got a 1-point game. 17-16 our score here in Seattle. Well, the NFL NFL is finally back. Later today, we got a huge doubleheader. To open the season first, you got the Redskins take on Carson Wentz and the Eagles, and then it's the America Game of the Week. Saquon Barkley, the Giants take on Zeke, and the Cowboys or other regional action, all on Fox, the Fox Sports app. You can check your local listings. Huskies go 17 plays, 68 yards, under 9 minutes. Get the 25-yard field goal from Henry. Now the key play was that false start on 4th and 1 from the 2.
Enormous, especially in a 4-point game, for something like that to happen.
Horn kicks it away. This is Ashton Davis. Calls for the fair catch. So Cal will start from their own 25, and they have run the rock with Marcel Dancy. Can they hold on? We'll find out when we come back. One-point lead
12 guys
here in the Emerald City. Take a look at our game summary. Pac-12 football after dark in large part because we had a lightning delay in the first quarter, 6 minutes into the game. 2 hours and 38 minutes was the delay, but since then the guys came back. We got a good football game here. 7 minutes left in this game. Marcel Dancy has been the man for the Bears running the rock. He gets the carry, right side. Maybe one.
Washington defense. Patoa'i limping off the field right there.
5th-year senior. Chris Brown is checked back in. Dancy for the Bears. Low snap. Garbers rolls, throws, complete. And Mackay Polk makes the catch.
Jackson Sermon in coverage on this one, pulls off of the coverage late to try and come up and account for Chase Garbers. Leaves the opening behind him.
3rd down and 4. Dancy remains in. Cal is 2 of 8 on 3rd down. Garbers throws, almost intercepted. He was looking at Travion Clark. Kyler Gordon defending.
Does a nice job getting rid of that one, but just doesn't get the feet set. Mechanics a little bit off. Got a little bit anxious and floated that ball a little bit.
Stephen Coots will punt things away. Aaron Fuller calls for the fair catch at his own 37. Under 6 minutes left in this one. Don't go anywhere. 1-point lead for the Cal Bears. Under 6 minutes to play in this game. You know, last week after their season opening win, Evan Weaver was asked about the defensive performance and this game with Washington. He said right now it's not looking good, but we'll get it right tomorrow in the film room, and then we'll fly up there and we'll beat them Saturday. That's what we do. We win games. He's backed it up. 17 tackles, 2 for a loss, forced a fumble.
It's 9 straight games with at least 10 tackles.
Ashton Davis comes up to hit Savon Ahmed. But Ahmed picks up 8. 2nd and 2.
Score some points and don't score them too quickly if you're Washington here. Grind it out.
From their own 45. And from the eye. Ahmed again. Cameron Good grabs him, but Ahmed falls forward right at the sticks. That's a 1st down.
Good old-fashioned power again, pulling the backside guard. Ahmed does a good job following his blocker, making sure that he gets the first down on that one.
117 yards rushing. Under 5 to play. Eason, Ahmed. Hit, drop.
You can see that Bush Hamdan, the offensive coordinator here for Washington, they're changing up the snap count because Cal is doing so much late movement, late stems, late shifts. And Washington wants to get an idea of how they're going to be lined up. So they're snapping it a little bit later on some of these plays.
Eason looking, going downfield. Had a man. Fuller had a step. He had a step on Cameron Bynum.
Got to be able to hit on that play. It's what happened a week ago against Eastern Washington. Eason took a high snap, bobbled the ball. Of course, that one was about a 65-yarder that he overthrew for Fuller. Overthrows him again. Get those opportunities to hit those kind of shots with an open receiver. You got to convert.
3rd and 8. Over the middle. Complete. Chico McClatcher.
Well, there's that laser right there. Quick release, perfect throw, hit him in stride. Don't make McClatcher work too hard. Very catchable ball.
9-yard pickup. Under 4 now left in this game. Newton gets the carry. Newton up the middle. Newton's got a first down. Yard pickup, and they continue to pound it away. And again, Newton again. This time met at the line of scrimmage.
Going with the tempo. You're driving on this Cal defense. Don't want to give them too much of an opportunity to rest. If you are going to try and throw the ball, you don't want them to have too much time to disguise what it is that they're going to do in the secondary.
They go empty set. Eason rolls left and slides. And he loses him yards.
Might have had a chance to hit Chico McClatcher on that play right there. Eason starts rolling. Secondary does a nice job converging on him. He can run, but
loss
not
of
the
3.
fleetest of foot.
Yep, loss of 3. 3rd and 11 here. See the play clock's running. 3 timeouts for the Huskies. 2:25 left. They're down a point. Eason, pressure, throws over the middle, incomplete. It's intended for Fuller. Jalen Hawkins came flying in there.
Eason did what he needed to do on that one. Gets it right in there where Fuller can catch it and run with it. Just never quite gets his hands in the right position. Awkward right there from Fuller.
They're going to call a timeout. Kyle got an injured player on the field. That's Ashton Davis. 2 minutes left in this football game. 1-point lead for Cal. Peyton Henry, field goal kicker for the Huskies, has come on the field. He's a sophomore. He's 3 for 3 so far today. His career long is 41 yards. This would be from 50. Huskies 3 for 4 on 4th down, but they're going to attempt a 50-yarder. The sophomore up, hits the upright, and it's good. Peyton Henry is money. And the Huskies have a 2-point lead with 2 minutes left. Woo!
I don't know.
What about the coach?
A little relief there. Feeling it.
Yeah, let's see Coach Wilcox. He said, okay.
Hey, let's secure the return ourselves, get down the field, kick a field goal, win it ourselves, or get it all the way in the end zone.
Horn will kick it away. Jalen Hawkins is back. Huskies 10 plays, 31 yards. Did it just under 4 minutes. They say the field goal 49 yards. A new career high for Peyton Henry. Fair catch is called for. As long as you secure the catch and you do it inside the 10, you get the touchback. When you call for it. Cal, 3 timeouts. 2 minutes. Chris Brown, the sophomore, is checked back in. Garbers, the redshirt sophomore. 8 of 15 for 61 yards. No turnovers. Flushed. He's going to keep it.
Set the tight end Castles right up the seam on that play. Good job by Keith Taylor on the back end of that Washington defense. Staying with him. That was a long shot opportunity right there. They could have gotten a big chunk on that one if Garbers had been able to get that ball. Great job by Taylor.
Picked up 4. 2nd and 6. Dog pack. Swings it out. Brown down the sideline. Brandon Wellington forces him out of bounds. 2 yards shy of a first down. Bears 2 of 9 on 3rd down. This is Brown. Plows ahead. They'll move the sticks. Three-yard pickup. From their own 36 is Cal. Down 2. Garbers. Throws. Duncan. Caught. Big play by the Bears. In Husky territory at the 45.
Now Kyler Gordon, just a freshman out there trying to cover. That's a very difficult one to defend. Gordon really in pretty good position, but Duncan able to turn, locate the ball quickly, pull it in for the catch.
19-yard pickup, pressure again. Again, he goes to the outside. We got a flag. Let's see if they call that one on Kyler Gordon, a redshirt freshman.
Pass interference, number 19, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. That's an automatic. First down.
They go at the freshman again. Well, I don't know about this call. Holding the arm a little bit there, I guess, but he's just got his arm extended. Duncan not able to get his hand up there.
1st and 10 from the 30. Here comes pressure. Garbers throws, caught. Crawford, he's loose. Crawford inside the 5. Keith Taylor saved a touchdown. 27-yard pickup by Cal. Clock is moving under a minute.
So Washington gonna have to call a timeout here soon.
That play clock moving down.
First charge timeout, California. 30 seconds.
What you're saving them for at that point. Got 3 timeouts.
Coach Pete, this is what his Huskies have in front of them as we take a look at their schedule. Brought to you by Coors Light. Hawaii, BYU. The important thing is SC, Oregon, Utah, Washington State. All those teams have to come here to Husky Stadium.
Very different for Cal. Cal's got to go to Stanford. They have to go to Oregon. They have to go to Utah. They've got a brutal road schedule. This could be one heck of a win for them in the north. They can pull this road victory off for a 2nd consecutive victory over the Huskies.
It would be the first time in 13 years Cal has gone back-to-back wins over Washington. They've got 44 seconds and 3 yards. They go 2 tight ends. Brown. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Kyler Manu, the first to hit him. 30 seconds.
First charge timeout, Washington. 30 seconds.
Robert, you were talking about the Cal schedule. This is
Timer.
what they've got.
Please reset the game clock.
They got to go to
39
Ole Miss,
seconds.
go to Oregon, as you pointed out. They go to Utah, to Stanford. But I tell you what, with this defense, that defense travels. You know Cal will always be in the football game.
Yes, they will. And just really an amazing job what this staff has done. And of course, Justin Wilcox, been a defensive coordinator himself. Of course, been a defensive coordinator there at Boise. And so he's a defensive-minded guy, and that mindset that they brought in, new scheme, made such a quick turnaround on the defensive side of the ball. It's really extraordinary. Again, you go back to the numbers. 127th out of 129 teams ranked back in 2016. They rank 130 now. But 127th ranked defense, and last year they were 22nd in the nation out of 130.
They've got Huskies a 15-game winning streak here at home. 4th longest active streak in FBS. Garbers just going to try to line up this field goal. Over the past 4 seasons,
Timeout, Washington. 30 seconds.
Washington's been one of the most dominant FBS teams here at home. A 20-1 record. Only Alabama, Clemson, and Ohio State have been better than the Huskies when they played here at Husky Stadium. 15-game home winning streak. 24th active. Longest streak. That's what I'm talking about. That's what's on the line here. So it looks like it's going to be on the leg of the senior, Greg Thomas.
One more snap.
3rd and goal.
Might try and take a shot here.
Garbers. Brown. Brown. Up the middle. Turning the legs.
Well, sure looked like he got in initially. Maybe the knee was down before the ball crossed the plane.
No signal yet.
Runner was stopped short of the goal line. 4th down.
They say 4th down.
Take a look at this one. Review officials here earlier. So they're taking a look at this. Probably not going to be able to tell from this angle.
The ruling on the field was the runner was short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
Because it looks like as he's going down, he's falling on top of a Husky.
Yeah. Take a look here.
He's still not down.
It looks like that ball was being held back from the goal line by one of the defenders. But you're right, it looked like he was on top of
Molden, Elijah Molden.
There's no definitive look, and of course the call on the field is assumed to be correct.
Well, let's go to LA. And our rules expert, Dean Blandino. I know he's been popping the coffee. He's staying up late with us. What do you see, Dino?
Yeah, we are still here with you guys. We didn't go anywhere. And this is obviously a big call. The officials on the field ruled the runner short. It's tough to find the football. You've got to find a body part down other than a hand or a foot. And then where is the ball in relation to the goal line? And in all of those bodies, I just don't see anything definitive to tell us whether he broke the plane or not.
So if that's the case, looks like Dean, and then they'll keep it there at with the goal line, the 1, and we'll have 4th down. Let's see.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Timer, please reset the game clock to 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you.
Dean, you're right on it. Cal still has a couple of timeouts.
Of course, if that had been called a touchdown, then would have stood too. There just wasn't an angle there to change that one. It has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call.
I mean, that thing's right there at the goal line. Coach Wilcox sends in Greg Thomas in the field goal squad. From 17 yards out. The senior. And timeouts called by the Huskies.
3rd and final timeout, Washington. It's a 30-second timeout.
Gonna freeze him.
Gotta try, right? I guess. 12 seconds. 17-yard field goal. I don't know. You maybe want to keep that one in your pocket just in case you get one shot down the field and an opportunity to stop the clock and maybe kick your own game-winning field goal on the other end. 12 seconds, not a lot of time, but of course the clock wouldn't start on the return until.
It bears repeating. Last time Cal has won here in Husky Stadium, 2015. They won 30-24. Jared Goff was the quarterback for the Cal Bears. From 17 yards out, Greg Thomas. For the lead. Snaps good. Kick. Good. Cal with a 1-point lead. 8 seconds left.
What a night for Justin Wilcox and his team. See Thomas here. Boy, he definitely got that thing all the way over to the right. He pulled that a little bit. Of course, 17-yarder. Got it through. Hoping beyond hope that 17-yard field goal will be missed. What other chance do you have? Now only 8 seconds. And what a night. Starting off with the rain delay in the locker room for 2.5 hours. Some good adjustments though by Cal. They really started to move that ball so much better when they came out from that break.
Huskies will have it at their own 25. No timeouts. 8 seconds for Jacob Eason. 17 of 28 for 139. 1 interception. And what does this do for this Cal program if they hold on and walk out of here with a victory, Robert?
Well, it's further evidence that this program is trending in the right direction with Justin Wilcox and his staff. Young quarterback, new set of wide receivers, still able to come on the road here and pull out a victory if they can last these last 4 seconds. Very impressive.
4 ticks.
And forget about the conditions, the circumstances. They both had to deal with the same thing. Cal's on the road. They had to travel here. They're both off of the field and having to deal with the delay the same way. So, and I'm sure Coach Peterson and his staff would tell you the same thing. They wouldn't want any excuses.
Here's the game. Eason. To Fuller. He throws it across the field. Back to Eason. Tackle. That's it. Cal has done it. They beat Washington in back-to-back years for the first time in 13 years and get a victory here in Husky Stadium for the first time in 4 years. And Justin Wilcox now 14-13 as head coach at Cal, and the Huskies' 15-game home winning streak is over. And our smoking player of the game, sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? Evan Weaver. Forced fumble, 2 tackles for a loss, 18 tackles.
Yep, we said it before. Weaver talked the talk this week, walked the walk today. 159 tackles a year ago. Now, 9 straight games with at least 10 tackles.
This was a good one, partner.
Yes, it was. What time is it?
Late.
It's early. It's so late, it's early.
2.5-hour lightning and weather delay at the beginning, but the Bears come out victorious. For Robert Smith, I'm Brian Custer. Final score, 20-19, Cal victorious. The NFL is back in just a few hours. Tune in to Fox.